Okay, welcome to this episode of Luv Subbin.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. It is a travel day today.
Yes, we're headed north.
Yeah, why are we doing that again?
I don't know. Why?
You know, I thought of going to Key West, becoming a sponge fisherman. You know, how hard can being a sponge fisherman be? They don't bite, they don't run away. I'd go down, pick up a bunch of sponges in the water. Cindy could set up a booth, sell them, and that was kind of my idea. So yeah, we're heading up to Vermont this morning. I don't know.
Guess we have to.
Yeah, I guess so. So we're heading up to Walterboro, South Carolina. We're going to document what it's like, just
A towing
basically
day.
a 4-day blitz up north.
It's going to be a 4-day hard. Keep staying hitched.
We're going to try and stay hitched the whole time. I'll show you that procedure, how I do that.
Yep.
And just how we kind of hit the road here for this episode of Luv Subbin.
Yeah, we're going to hit the road early.
Yeah.
We got, what, 350 miles to go?
Yep.
Yep. So
Let's head on out.
Yep. So we're on the road going north. We haven't hit Jacksonville, Florida yet.
Nope.
Traffic is pretty quiet.
Yeah, just a nice ride. I mean, it's sunny outside, it's a smooth road. And we did all of our big time checks before leaving. You know, I used the torque wrench on the lug nuts instead of just tightening it with a handheld thing.
And you check the tire pressure and all that.
I check the tire pressures every time, but this time I made sure that they were topped up, you know,
The night
to
before.
exactly what they should be, within a pound. So
You did that the night before.
yes, and that's part of the prep for a long trip, is making sure everything is just like it should. So just a relaxing, nice tow to Walterboro.
Yep, and we have sandwiches for lunch and should be good.
Yeah, the traffic was super bad on I-295, and I got boxed into an exit only lane, and I had my directionals on,
No one was going to let you in.
and there was not a single person that was going to let me in, period. So instead of doing something stupid, you did the safe thing. We got off on that exit only, which I didn't want to do, but then just made a quick little turnaround and stuff. But it's key to keep your calm and not do anything stupid and
do the
try
right
and push
thing,
over.
get off.
Yeah, don't.
And then just turn around.
Or even slow down and stop almost.
Oh my, yeah, don't ever
you know,
do
so
that.
somebody nails you from behind. So just take the exit, turn around. It's not that big of a deal.
Right.
But yeah, this is all the Thanksgiving Day traffic.
Post-Thanksgiving Day traffic.
Yes.
So we'll come out of it once we hit Georgia, probably. So we checked our book because we needed some gas, and we found that we had hit this pilot before, and so we figured we would hit it again. It was a good gas stop.
This.
Alright, well, you can go out that way.
I'm gonna go out this way.
When we pulled into the pilot, we found it was way more crowded than we expected.
And just like on I-295, when we got boxed in, we weren't gonna do anything stupid and get stuck. So we just headed on out to find another one.
We're gonna go with this BP because this was wide open spaces. We'll take it.
Yep.
Look at the...
Never push a bad position.
Better to retire and save your aircraft than push a bad position.
If you can take a look-see at the pilot across
It's a
the
disaster.
way, the disaster. So, this worked out well.
It did.
So this is the little ledger that we use to record all our information, and it comes in handy when we're looking for a gas station. And we record this one here. Welcome to South Carolina. All right, so we just had lunch, and I'm gonna try some new chips. I like getting snacks for our trip. These are Luke's Organic Kettle Style Ketchup with Mustard and Pickle chips. So we're gonna give them a shot.
Pretty good to me. And man, did we make a tactical error leaving the Sunday after Thanksgiving.
Yes.
It's like you retire or you early retire, And then you lose all concept of like,
Timing.
wow, I gotta get back home for work. You're like, it's a Sunday, it should be okay. Yeah, that was...
Yeah, everybody and their brother is headed...
The traffic here is crazy.
On 995, yeah.
I did see my first car, a 1979 Trans Am with the screaming chicken on the hood drive by. You don't see a lot of those these days.
It looked like it was in pretty good shape, too.
Yep.
So here we go. We'll try the chips. As you can see, they're kind of reddish. They look like they have...
Ketchup.
Well, they're reddish and they're yellowish. I get more mustard than I do ketchup. And I guess the vinegar taste is supposed to be pickle. And they're a little sweet. Give it a shot.
Yeah, not bad. Crunchy.
Do you get any tomato at all? I think I get mostly mustard. There's a steady stream of traffic going south. A lot of RVs, actually.
Oh, yeah.
How many Airstreams have we passed?
9. I flashed my lights at all 9 and 0 flashed back at me.
They might not know the etiquette. So what do we have here?
Yeah, this is,
It's called Thanksgiving Day weekend traffic.
yeah, I don't know.
What we were thinking of traveling on a Sunday.
And so the lane ends, so we'll see if
So this is
anybody-
what's probably causing this traffic jam, which we've been sitting in for the last 15 minutes, is the fact that we're about to lose a lane and everybody on the planet has to move over.
Including me. 2,000 feet. Ah, this trucker.
Nice.
Sweet.
Give him a nice flash.
Yep, so I'll give him a little flash of the lights there to thank him for letting me move over. Yeah, you know, it's funny because I'm trying to debate if it's a good thing. Waze, if you don't use Waze, Waze is a great app, you should have that. And it estimates how long you're going to be sitting in a delay like this. And it told us 30 minutes and it just showed us 17 minutes. And I'm trying to figure out if it's better to know, like, oh my God, I'm going to blow 30 minutes on this, or...
Well, it didn't say that we were going to lose a lane, and that's why the thing was
Well, that, yeah.
causing the traffic. I was looking for an accident.
Yeah. But, yeah, this was definitely a tactical error, like I said, doing this
Well,
last
it's all
day
right.
of Thanksgiving.
We only have that far to go.
Yeah, we're staying at a private campground, Green Acres. It's pretty cheap. I think it was $35. But the best part about it is the Campendium app said that the complaint was some road noise from I-95, which to me, on a one-night stopover, when you are just flying up north
And staying hitched.
and staying hitched, that's a good thing. That means you're right off the highway or right on the highway. So.
And we've got a little bit of rain here too, just to help things along.
Yeah. All right, we've stopped for our first night at Green Acres RV Park, and you can see the park here. And the reason we stopped here is basically that's I-95. So it's just a quick instant on, instant off, makes a great stopover point. It was 360 something miles from Melbourne, and that's why we would have normally have stopped at south of the border, which we really enjoy, which is even easier on and off, but that would have been almost over 600 miles, and with the shortened days, that's too much. But yeah, if you get one of the lower number sites, you're going to get a lot of road noise. We're at site 86, which is pretty far back, so it's nowhere near as loud as this. Okay, one thing that is on my checklist, and note you can get those downloaded for free, is to spray the fresh water connection with disinfectant before hooking up your water connection. We're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to show you why it's especially important here. And the reason it's so important is because in this particular case, you can see the dump station is within just a foot or two. And unscrupulous campers may use this faucet to rinse their sewer hose out. And so, you know, if you don't have full hookups, or if they're very distant apart, it's not that big of a deal. But in this case, yeah, I'm gonna do it. And as you can see, we're at site 86. Hopefully you can hear that the road noise is significantly less than what it was. So you can see we have a real long pull-through site, which is perfect so that we can stay hitched. It's full hookups, 30 amp, 32 bucks a night with the Good Sam's discount. So that's not too shabby at all. So good morning. I'm gonna go through here some of the steps that I do when I camp with the RV and it's still hitched up. So first things first, when do people make mistakes? People make mistakes when they're rushed or they do something different, okay? And in this case, we're doing something different. So we have a few reminders. First of all, as I was going through setting things up last night, I made a list of anything that was really super different, put that on the sticky note on my checklist. But also the other thing, if you've seen some of my other videos that I do, whenever I do something really different, I go ahead and loop my seatbelt through my steering wheel. That's my final reminder to make sure that I've double checked everything, that something is really different. And I've heard of people driving off with their stabilizers down. You see on the Addicts, Airstream Addicts forum, or some of the RV forums where people bend their stabilizers because they drive off of them. So that's my final reminder that something is really different here. So let's go take a look at the rest of what we do. So I do disconnect my pigtail, and I firmly understand that the truck is designed so that when the truck is off and the pigtail is connected, the RV is not going to drain the battery of the truck, but I just do it anyway. And so that's on one of the things where it says pigtail unplugged, to make sure we plug that back in. This site was relatively level, so I didn't feel the need to lower the front stabilizer. That stayed up. And even, unless it was, if it was level to the point that I really had to do something crazy with that, I would just unhitch, because I don't like raising the RV, because I feel that's putting a lot more stress and strain on the little hitch lock to leave that up all night with us bouncing around in it and everything like that. And to me, I've heard people say, well, what about the stress of, you know, the ball and the hitch mag? Oh, let me tell you something. The stress of driving down I-95, hitting a pothole, and the whole rig doing this number, that's a heck of a lot more stress than just Cindy and I walking on the inside for a night. So yeah, I leave the stabilizer, the weight distribution bars on, chains on. The only thing different really is that I've disconnected my pigtail. I do put both the front and the rear stabilizers down to help keep the shaking down when we're inside. But there's some other stuff that I do. You know, I don't put wheel chocks down or the tandem wheel stabilizer. Just the truck's got its parking brake on and it's an automatic transmission, so this rig isn't going anywhere. And other than that, the hookups are basically pretty much the same. So yeah, if you have any questions or comments on how you do things when you stay hitched up for the night, leave them in the comment section below. I'd love to maybe improve my procedures, or hopefully you learn something from the way I do things. Yeah, so we're off to Virginia today. See a big motor Class A leaving. I think this is a good stop-off place. I'm not sure I'd want to spend any long amount of time here, but it's definitely a good stop-off place heading back and forth to Florida if you can't hit south of the border. I almost forgot one thing. When we're hitched up, the way my hitch post is doesn't allow enough movement for the trunk to open without hitting the jack. So I placed that electrical tape X, so that if somebody were to go unlatch the truck, they would hit that X and realize that they can't do that, because I don't want to dent the back of my truck.
So we've got 3 lanes going here, and 2 of them are full of trucks. The right-hand lane are trucks with their warning lights, hopefully. High wind advisory. What else?
Falling rocks.
Falling rocks. And we're in the mountains of
The
Virginia.
Fancy Gap Pass. And by the way, here's a piece of trivia. See that red white bar underneath the truck doors there? You know what that's called?
What's it called?
That is a Mansfield bar.
James
Named after
Mansfield.
Jane Mansfield, whose car she was driving in rear-ended a truck at a very high rate of speed, resulting in her death and I believe the death of everyone else, except her children, I think. Might have been sound asleep on the side. Let's see, Fancy Gap. Let's see, the transmission temperature came in at 210 degrees, so not too bad. Normally it runs at around 204, so 6-degree gain with that big pass, so not too bad.
Yep, kind of crazy.
Still in the middle. Claytor Lake State Park is a beautiful state park located conveniently just off of I-81.
So look at all these reservable sites, and a lot of them are pull-throughs, and they're enormous.
Yeah, so I gotta up my game
But look at how
for figuring out some of these.
pull-throughs are. They're
Yeah, I've never seen a whole series of
parallel.
pull-throughs that are, yeah, nose to tail.
Yeah, that's interesting. Speaking of nose to tail, I just saw some deer.
It's chilly. It's windy. It's well, it's 30 right now, but I think once you get used to that Florida sun, 30 seems even worse. Ran the heater last night. Did all the stuff. You can check out the our cold weather camping video, which we'll put a link up there. Did all the same stuff. Poured in some hot water into the tanks. As the temperature dropped below 32, kept the heater on, so I think we're good. Man, it's that sponge fishing gig down in Key West that I talked about at the beginning is sounding better. But it's off to Carlisle, Pennsylvania. Great stopping point. I think we had 312 miles today, and that'll put us at 353 miles from Carlisle back home, and it should be a little bit warmer. We'll see.
Well, as you can see, we have arrived at the Western RV campground. Rich is checking in. We have prepaid, and we already know where our site is. So it's going to be a pull-through, and we're going to stay hitched up again for tonight. And tomorrow we will be back in Vermont. So this is the last night of our fall-winter trip. And we're going to be back in Vermont tomorrow, but I wanted to make a special dish tonight, and this is chicken yassa, and it's a Singhalese dish, and it has lemon and mustard and chicken broth and parsley and onions, and it is a very amazing dish, and it'll make a nice rice bowl. When we planned this trip back in Florida, the weather in Pennsylvania looked good, but as we entered the higher elevations of Pennsylvania, the weather took a bad turn. This has been a knuckle biter of a journey going north with icy roads and trucks and all sorts of hazards, so we're taking it very slow. So welcome to Vermont, and your eyes do not deceive you. It is 33 degrees and snowing. Snowing pretty good, actually, so we will be...
There's nothing I hate more than a snow toe.
A snow toe.
But that's Vermont in December, I guess.
Yep, we knew we took a chance. So, it wasn't supposed to be snowing according to the forecast, but we knew we were taking a chance.
So there you have it. The only thing left to do was to raise the Q quarantine flag.
And isolate for 14 days according to the Vermont rules.
So if you like this video,
Give us a big thumbs up.
and if you think we earned a subscription, click to subscribe.
And comment below if you've encountered some hazardous winter travel.
Because we come out with Airstream and RV related content just like this one every Tuesday.
Thanks for watching.